emergency?
Warning markers, violent, kidnap and robbery.
Open the door!
Taser, get over here now!
Don't start resisting.
Yeah.
Don't start resisting, mate.
Derbyshire's traffic cops, chasing criminals in the heart of the country.
Stay where you are! Stay where you are!
Policing 1,000 square miles.
Get out! Get out now!
Yeah, they're crossing the southbound carriageway and Paz, we've got a mid-side.
Dealing with the dangerous and desperate. In life and death situations.
There's a smell of gas, so can you go inside your house?
Please stay where you are!
Under pressure. And under threat.
He was sat with that behind his back.
Every day is a new challenge for the traffic cops. Coming up.
Going.
Derbyshire's traffic cops, war on drugs.
Go, 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 go.
A driver's desperate attempt to avoid arrest causes chaos.
Front tyre's gone, it's in the middle of the road.
A suspect dealer takes flight.
The RA is momentarily high as he goes through the red line.
And police take extreme action in the fast lane.
Yeah, contact me, just run the police vehicle.
Can you just confirm the reason for the stop on this vehicle?
He's been involved in drugs and all sorts of crime, mate. He's well known. Sort of sorting out a plan now, the best route that we'll think it will take, or the likely route it will take, and the best way of stopping it.
The UK drug trade is worth over £9 billion. PC Ant Horsley and the road crime team are busy tracking down suspected dealers.
Drugs is probably 90% of the work we do. There seems to be drugs everywhere around the county, so it's one that we'll always seem to be involved in.
We're lucky enough to be driving unmarked cars, so people who are buying controlled drugs don't always see us. Sometimes we can have the luxury of spotting them before they spot us.
Intel has come in about a black Volkswagen, which police believe is involved in the supply of drugs.
Yeah, if information got contact.
Close by, colleague Nick Lovett spots the car and is trailing it.
There's been no attempt to stop the vehicle at the moment in time. I've been in an unmarked, high-performance vehicle, pursuit management trained.
With the team in 5 unmarked police cars, they prepare to strike.
Yeah, Chief, let me know when station's in position. Take me on. Might be a possibility.
Yeah, we are good to go.
Stand up.
Going. Open the door!
It was a desperate move for the driver. Remy could easily have been run over or dragged down the street and killed.
Any else going to identify this vehicle? Stay in stop. Yes, please. The RA currently low. Speed 5060.
Yes, if you could all coordinate with the local for Stinger. The RA is high, wrong side of the road. The RA back down to low, correct side of the road.
Felt like the high peaks had become a racetrack.
Nick, I'm going to try, if it straightens out, I'm going to try and do an overtake.
Any way I can go to cut him off? Not on this bit, mate. I'm thinking of the same thing, Tom.
Say again, I can't get around it, mate. And for information, Sierra 1, Oscar Romeo Sierra 1 is trying to get in front of us for also another Stinger. Now flag lane, with no deviation, speed 66. These roads are so tight, mate, I can't get around him.
I'm looking to get past the vehicle and slow him down. Because of the narrow roads, the bends, and how the road layout is almost impossible for me to do.
Approaching Nearside Junction signposted Ashford, no deviation.
We're also making towards the Matlock area, myself and 2-6.
DRA medium as we overtake another vehicle. DRA back down to low, speed 6-4. DRA again medium, overtaking a heavy. Now overtaking the heavy, back down to low.
When the vehicle's overtaking numerous vehicles and you're concerned that he's going to have a head-on collision with, or he's just going to lose control, that's when the pursuit is most worrying, and it can be frightening.
Approaching a lorry, overtaking, speed 5-5. We are entering Bakewell. Pedestrians on the pavement, DRA medium, past the pedestrians, DRA low.
Ahead, officers are ready with a stinger to puncture the car's tyres.
Vehicle stung, it's got near side tyre, near side rear tyre. Vehicle stung. You can see that the tyre is deflating.
He's going to lose it soon. Tyres are going. That's it, the tyres are off.
Victor 5 has lost one tyre. Now wrong side of the road, DRA high.
Front tyre's gone, it's in the middle of the road, front tyre.
With the Golf on 3 tyres, Ant tries to get in front and slow it down.
Go, Ant, go.
Mate, go on. Equal ramp, mate. Equal ramp.
I could have quite easily crashed into the wall. It is a really scary moment.
Yes, I'm at the front at the minute now. He's behind me.
Seconds away, another stinger has been set up.
Attention.
Coming now. Vehicle completely stung, speed 4.
The car is now driving on rims and has lost its bumper.
Vehicle's losing control, and it's a crash.
Just off the kill cam, when I vehicle crash, just off the bottom ground. Two detained, vehicle stop. Vehicle stop, thank you. It'll just be airbags deployed in the middays. I don't know about the drivers, the passengers middays.
No drugs are found, but after the suspects are checked out by medics, they'll be interviewed by police about the intel linking them to the supply of drugs.
Drugs can have an impact throughout the communities, whether or not that people be committing theft-related offences in order to get money to buy drugs. This is definitely one of the most dangerous pursuits that I've been involved in throughout my career.
Coming up,
Just for our information, we found some drugs in the car already.
the road crime team continues the fight against drugs.
Cling-filmed wraps.
Back onto the A38.
A desperate drug dealer endangers lives.
Yeah, contact made. It's rammed the police vehicle.
Give me your hand.
And a young mum and her baby are caught up in a drugs bust.
Yeah, well, we'll sort it.
We'd rather you take the baby.
Where's the set? Yeah, it's just past me. It's towards the roundabout.
Near Chesterfield, road crime team officer Nick Lovett is on patrol and spots a car suspected of carrying drugs.
I'll be with you in 20 seconds.
With drug deaths increasing each year, catching those dealing is more urgent than ever.
The problem is the drug trade is such an ongoing big issue. There is talk about legalising it and the fact that it's a crime that you'll never stop. But we can't look at that. We've got to tackle, you know, the root causes, which is the people bringing it in.
With you, Scotty.
Nick and another unmarked car are tailing the suspect.
If we can get it done on here, it'd be good, in case it goes into the estate, if we get enough resources.
Victor 1, we're just waiting for a third Salku vehicle, and we're looking at doing a preemptive stop on the vehicle.
I look like I said, actually, it's quick to stop.
No, it's not.
Down it, come through, so down now. So I'll get in front.
Your rear, Nick.
Hands where you are. So keep your hands there, mate. Keep your hands there.
What?
You're detained for the purpose of a search under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. Keep your hands where I can see them.
About my baby?
Give me your hands, give me your hands.
Okay.
The subject is the driver of the vehicle. Front passenger is his partner. And more worryingly, in the back is a young baby asleep in a car seat.
There's information linking supply controlled drugs to the occupants of this vehicle. So at this moment in time, you're being detained under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act for the purpose of a search, and that is in order to find out if you are in possession of controlled drugs or not. Anything in here?
There's my grinder there, that's it.
Your grinder?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, you just jump out for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to keep hold of you. Keep hold of the thing and my mate's going to search you. Okay?
Go on you, mate.
Mate.
When we're talking about controlled drugs, very rarely do you see them just stuffed in pockets, stuffed in socks. But some criminals now will start to secrete drugs where they think we won't look or we won't find them. And it's normally in their underwear or secreted between their buttocks.
How many pairs of buttons have you got on, mate?
Some stairs, lots of them,
No TK? Look at me, mate.
Oh, no.
It's going to be strip search, right?
No.
Yeah. Is there anything in the car? And we're going to put a dog through the car. Just tell us, mate.
Do it now.
Okay, mate. We'll find out.
No.
They won't give it up. They know they have something on them. They know they have something secreted. But even when we tell them we're going to literally strip search them, so we're going to look everywhere, they'll still deny it because they hope that we won't go to that length.
I'm going. Don't need to be scared. We're not. Don't need to be scared.
He's detained at the minute for a drug search.
Hi, my mum. Can I let this baby out?
Let's just sort it and then
Just need to sort it and then we'll sort the baby out. Yeah.
The team need to search the baby and the child seat, which can be used to hide drugs.
We'll sort it. We can't just let people keep taking things from the car. Just let us.
Well, I need the baby out.
Well, we'll sort
Okay,
it.
we'll
If
sort
you go
it.
back to your house, we'll get baby to you.
We have had it in the past where parents have secreted in the nappies.
I need the baby out.
The sad reality of policing is you do see it.
See what I mean?
With intelligence the young man could be a dealer, the team is going to take him and his girlfriend to a local police station to be searched.
What I need to do before I can get your kid out is just do a quick search around this car seat, just make sure there's nothing in it, all right?
Yeah, we'd rather take the baby as well. We don't want it. So.
Oh, you're not taking the baby?
No, I've just said, we'd rather you take the baby.
Yeah, you can check baby dog.
If you grab her out and then we can check her and then we'll check the car seat as well, but I don't want to pick her up.
No, because of COVID.
That as well.
Well, it's there, isn't it? Above it. Do you want to check it?
I'll come in with you if that's all right. Just check around the nappy area.
Yeah.
I'll back in a minute.
A search of the baby hasn't revealed any drugs.
Where's my daughter?
She's in our car, don't
She's
worry.
not taking her.
No, the kid we're not taking, but we need to make sure she's had a full search, and we can't really do that in a living room. So she'll be coming to the police station with us, and if there's nothing on her, we'll bring her back.
Why don't we check her in house?
It's not a sterile area for us to do it.
The longer the team are there, the more attention they're attracting.
Mate, we do, mate. I can understand there's good and bad in everything. And I know, I'm not thick enough or daft enough to think that all cops...
All I'm saying is he's got a pair, he can take his own.
All the cops, yeah. Mate, all I'm saying is, yeah, I know there's good and bad in everything, but actually, we're decent and we will look after them.
All right.
Okay, and we'll treat them right. There's no point in treating people badly. We don't gain anything from it. Just keep hold of you, mate. Just not give me a tight grip, mate, but just let me keep hold of you.
At the local station, Nick escorts the suspect to a private room to be strip searched.
I'll ask you again, is there anything down your pants? Yeah, there is. Where is it? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to leave the handcuffs on until we're recovered. What is it? Coke. Okay. You got a phone down there as well. While you try and just remove your boxes. And where's the phone? There you go. Mate, it's embarrassing for us, mate. It's for you. Do you really think we want to be doing this?
Strip searches are necessarily a necessary evil. They're not pleasurable, they're not nice.
It's part of our job that we absolutely hate.
If you were an officer that was not comfortable looking at places where we have to look to do it properly, you might miss something, and that's what they bank on.
Mate, sit down.
The young suspect could now face a drug dealing charge and time behind bars, up to 3 years if found guilty.
The amount of people that go all the way through to the very end, and then when we ask them to drop the boxes, it falls out and they try to grab it, mate. Mate, sometimes people get themselves into shit situations.
Have you been in trouble before?
It's somewhat worrying that, you know, the first time that somebody has interaction with the police is when they're carrying a large quantity of controlled drugs, where it could be a path to that kind of lifestyle and a slippery slope to prison.
This is just one of almost 170,000 drug seizures made in England and Wales every year. Very few of those are at the top of the drug chain.
If you're targeting these serious and organised criminals, at some point you will come into contact with the users and the people slightly further down the command chain.
These organised criminals want these people to fit in to everyday life, so it's probably quite often somebody you wouldn't think that's doing something like that is.
We would look at targeting people further down in the chain in order for us to get information to be who's connected to who's involved in what particularly organised crime group, and by stopping the people lower down in the chain, that gives us that information.
We're currently now at Horsley roundabout. Got two other Southcote vehicles with me. I'm in a high-performance unmarked vehicle for 16 pack trains.
With more intel on yet another suspected drugs car, Ant Horsley and the team are patrolling 10 miles north of Derby.
Just at the roundabout now, mate, Horsley roundabout.
Yeah, just making top best for work. Thank you.
Joining the search is colleague Dan Mitchell.
There's a car that looks a little bit out of place. Looks as though it's just come away from a well-known address linked to drugs. So we're just going to try and get around it and get some stop on it.
As Dan plays catch-up, ahead, Ant Horsley and colleagues have spotted the target and are tailing it.
We're just going to come up with a plan now to find the best place to stop it and search it.
Ant and two unmarked cars in front of him move in. Dan covers from behind.
What's in the car then, mate? Hello. What drugs are in the car, mate? Mate, you're being silly. Just tell us what's in the car, because we're going to find it out, mate.
Just for our information, we found some drugs in the car already. When we stop a vehicle that we believe the occupants are involved in supplying controlled drugs, they can be aggressive towards us or try and run off.
What's your name, mate?
This male was completely different to this. He came across as subdued, quiet, almost like he didn't know what to expect. He came across as somebody that perhaps is new to being involved in supplying drugs.
All right, mate.
Police detain the suspect for questioning and the road is reopened. At the station, Nick searches for drugs.
4, 6, 8, 10.
They find what appears to be wraps of heroin and crack cocaine.
Cling-filmed wraps.
While Nick and Dan continue their search.
Some more cash, mate.
At custody,
So you've never been to police station before and been arrested before?
Ant's checking in the young suspect.
Never been arrested. Who do you live with? Your mum? Just you and your mum? And her partner? On your car keys?
Yeah.
Is your house keys on there as well?
No, not the
No.
So they'll be in the glove compartment.
Your house keys are in the glove compartment,
Yes.
are they? Once somebody's been arrested for an offence like this, it's then part of our investigation to then go and search the house.
Oh yeah, my keys are the gold ones.
The gold one, how many?
There'll be two.
Two keys.
They're together.
Yeah.
There'll be a long one
And the short one.
His house keys for this bloke should be in the glove box. 2 gold keys apparently. One's longer and one's shorter.
Coming up,
Hello, please.
a search of the young man's house
We've got a hell of a lot of expensive trainers.
reveals some expensive merchandise. And a suspected drug dealer
Going towards the ring road, taking a left.
puts the cops' lives at risk.
Yeah, contact me, just ram the police vehicle.
There's a car that looks a little bit out of place, linked to drugs.
In Derbyshire, the road crime team have stopped a young man suspected of drug dealing.
Just for our information, we found some drugs in the car already.
6, 8, 10.
A search of his car uncovers some significant evidence
Cling-filmed wraps. Ah, that'll be him, yeah. House keys.
and a set of house keys.
Who's this here? Just stand about there, mate. Thank you.
Just say your full name, please.
Okay. He's been arrested for possession with intent to supply those controlled drugs.
Indication what it is at the moment?
Just from the size and looks of the wraps, it was to be heroin and crack cocaine.
Did you want anybody telling that you're here? No? Do you want a solicitor? Have you got a firm that you've used before, or?
Take your hat off and things like that, mate, and your jacket. You take that off. You do feel sorry for some of the youngsters that you stop. They could have become involved because they haven't got a very good education, or something's happened within their family life, or they're being forced on behalf of other people.
Take a seat in there for now, and we'll tell you.
There are occasions when you stop these people that you think, you know, how on earth have you got involved in this? Yeah, thank you. We'll phone down once the 18th video is done. We've got essentially a warrant to go around to his address, which we're going to do, to search his house to make sure that he's got no other drugs or anything else that could prove he's involved in supplying controlled drugs at his address. We think that he travels from Nottingham, perhaps into Derbyshire on a regular basis. It may be that he stores them at his home address, comes back, sort of reloads himself and goes back into Derbyshire. Strange that he's got no previous conviction then.
And was absolutely right as rain.
Yeah.
It was weird, wasn't he? Not even like acknowledging anything or...
No. You know, if I'd just been found with near on 100 wraps of drugs, never been arrested before, he'd be slightly nervous. No, he didn't bat an eyelid, did he?
No. Not through the whole process.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's go to Staveley, come on. Come on. Yeah, let's go to Staveley.
We've got paperwork out. Knock on.
Hello, please.
Hello? Hello, please. When we go to the house, we're looking for any other controlled drugs, any other mobile phones that might help us prove that they're involved in supplying drugs, any scales.
So, other bedrooms, mums.
Yeah. But also a sign of any wealth. So, if the person perhaps is living beyond their means. We're just trying to find someone in the room with like his name on it. Yeah. But he doesn't sleep there every day, that's for sure. He doesn't sleep in here, does he?
No drugs are found, but there is a lot of merchandise.
We've got a hell of a lot of expensive trainers. Very expensive trainers. I reckon he'll just store some stuff here. It's unusual to find pairs of expensive trainers in somebody's address. Well, they can come as well. That doesn't have a job and don't really appear to have much else of value in the house. And they're all right dead expensive.
Are they all boxed or?
They're all boxed, mate.
Not too bad. Right, you see how we get on with that?
Yeah. These trainers could be over £500 a pair of trainers, and some of them actually could be more expensive than that. So we're just evidencing now that he's living a lifestyle well above his means. And when I say that, I mean he doesn't work at the minute. Although we haven't found any drugs, we are still recovering more evidence to show that this male is involved in supplying controlled drugs. So, yeah, it's still a successful warrant that we've just completed.
The suspect now faces questions about how he paid for the trainers. It's estimated that around 3 million people took drugs in England and Wales last year.
The streets are flooded with drugs, ultimately. And I think in my time, I've never known so many people deal. The amount of drug dealers there are, or have-a-go drug dealers, is crazy. It's just really hard to keep on top of for us.
Traffic cop Alex Boniface is starting a 12-hour night shift.
It's quite unpredictable. You never know what you're going to kind of go up against. You never know what jobs you're going to go to. The boy races are out tonight. It could be the most scariest shift that you'll work.
After 2 hours on patrol, Alex and fellow traffic cop Stuart Smith receive an alert for a suspected drugs car.
An APR hit for a car of interest to us, which has got links to dealing within Derbyshire and within Staffordshire.
Yeah, 2-4. What's the information? Who's supposed to be driving it?
We know it's frequenting a certain part of the city, so myself and Stu conduct an area search for it.
Just need a little bit of luck, that's all.
Minutes later, as Stuart approaches the lights, he spots the car on the opposite side of the junction.
Yeah, just had an AMPR hit. it's on the hot list.
So as it moved off, I turned around and followed behind.
Just have a look to see what the information is on it.
The information on the vehicle suggests the driver may be under the influence of drugs himself.
Yeah, 24. I'm behind the vehicle.
Stuart signals for the driver to pull over.
Because it's a bit of a rainy night, I can't really see an awful lot into the car, so I tend to hesitate a little bit before I get out, just to make sure he's not got a weapon or he's not going to come out and attack me or something like that, and to see what he does. Back of the car drops up and he's making off.
The RA is low, speed is 70 and a 30, there's no traffic.
Which way, Stu?
Speed is 50, just coming past Tesco's on the offside. Stand by for direction of the roundabout. Vehicle is slowing, it's going round again, It's taking the first to first. The RA is momentarily high as it goes through the red light. Speed now increasing up to 60. The RA is still low.
As Stu tries to keep up with the getaway car, Alex closes in.
Taking the left. Is that you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. Second vehicle.
It's on the A38 southbound. Vehicle's in lane 2.
Sure, I'll try and do a get by, stand by.
Yeah, I'll stay behind it.
At this stage, we've now entered a dual carriageway at 101 miles an hour. That's far too quick. If he collides with a central reservation, then he's going to lose control, someone's going to get seriously injured. If we can reduce that risk and slow that pursuit down, obviously it's always a benefit.
In a desperate attempt to escape, the suspect swerves around Alex.
Stand by, trying to do a course stop on it. It's 838 south, still speeds 40.
Stuart gets ahead of the car and tries again to slow it down.
Take full time pursuit, 44, stand by, trying to do a course stop on it. It's 838 south, still speeds 40, lane 3, still lane 3, inside offside indication, still lane 3, 70. We have another vehicle, please, for T-Pack.
He's trying to push Stu to force the police car over.
A third police vehicle arrives to block his escape.
Yeah, it's back onto the A38. Kept it on the A38, so it's a keep on. A38 south, lane 1, speed 70.
We'll get some brakes on ours, so get ready to get alongside it.
With 4 cars now in pursuit, the cops try boxing it in again.
Yeah, 25 try, it's back to lane 2. I'm second vehicle. The vehicle can close up on the near side. It's weaving in and out. It's lane 1 to lane 2 again. Yeah, contact me, just ran with the police vehicle.
Down on the ground!
As I can hear and I can see cars thrashing past me at 80 miles an hour on the opposite side of the carriageway. You can see the wheels 2 metres away from your head. You're thinking, what's going to go on here if he overpowers me or pushes me over that side?
NA Oscar Tango 44, 1 male detained, tactical contact made.
Finally, with the driver under control, officers can look for signs of drug dealing.
Stu searched that vehicle and located like a large quantity of drugs. He was arrested for possession with intent to supply, along with the dangerous driving and failing to stop.
Coming up,
Move!
road crime cop Nick Lovett is on the hunt for a reckless driver.
I was tailgating my car.
Proving an officer is never off duty.
That vehicle that you tailgated the other night, okay, that was me. Mate, we were coming home at Late Leeton, and then it was there. And then it's as it goes into the 30s, that's where it's failed to stop for car.
Although road crime cop Nick Lovett is more used to hunting down drug dealers, sometimes it's dangerous drivers that catch his attention.
I was travelling in my own personal car along the Little Eaton Road, where it came off the roundabout and was tailgating my car. And as the roads opened up, it's then taken off. It's overtaken and gone, only to be pinged by a traffic cop doing speed checks. The traffic cops then tried to stop it. It was doing 60 and a 40, and it's failed to stop for him and just disappeared. I did stop and just made sure that the traffic cop had got the reg number, because I'd taken the reg number as well. He had, and it comes back to this vehicle that we're searching for now.
At the time, Nick was teaching his daughter to drive.
My eldest daughter is 17. She'd been driving for a little bit of time, but still lacking in some confidence. It made her really nervous and panicking.
I'd love to get this car.
Where is it?
And it looks like Nick has got lucky. 7 miles away, Nick's Sergeant Remy Hopkins has found the car.
Coming to you. Remy's got behind it. Driving quite quick. I believe he's pulled into the Jet petrol station, which is a bit further down. So hopefully, if he's stationary, Remy will have managed to grab him. Well, what a... Move!
The driver, who has his young daughter with him, was pulled over by 2 of Nick's colleagues.
I wish to speak to you, okay, in relation to a couple of events that your vehicle has been involved in, okay. The first is a incident that happened on the 7th, Tuesday the 7th, where your vehicle overtook another vehicle, tailgating overtook another vehicle on the Little Eaton Road, from Little Eaton roundabout into Little Eaton, and then failed to stop for a roads policing officer that recorded your speed at 60 and a 40. Don't look shocked, mate.
It's been parked at my place of work.
Mate.
The key's been left there.
Mate, let's not play games. Yeah? Because I tell you what, you know that vehicle that you tailgated the other night? Okay, that was me. That was me and my daughter.
I'm sorry, I don't...
But rubbish. Rubbish.
Remember...
It's not personal, mate, but my daughter is learning to drive. You tailgated and then overtook her. and then failed to stop for a roads policing officer further down the road whilst doing 60 and a 40. Hello, lady. Hello, missus. Hello. You all right? So,
I'm just trying to...
So, mate, we can play games all we like, but...
No, genuinely,
I
don't
Okay.
recall
Right.
what time...
And it was definitely your vehicle, because I recorded your thing, and I've got dash cam on my car as well. So I'm reporting you for consideration of the question of prosecuting you for the offences of driving without due care attention, excess speed, and failing to stop for police. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand? You can play daft all you like in an interview, but we both know it was you, right? You've got to stop that driving before you crash. Yeah?
You're not 18 anymore, mate.
And you've got your daughter to think about. Surely that means something. Yeah?
Scroll, mate, and slow down.
And you might know where all the speed cameras are at the side of the road and everything like that, but what you don't know is where PC Plod's going to pull up with a speed gun, do you? Like you didn't the other night. So please, slow down and have some consideration for everybody else on the road, safety of your daughter, and ultimately, well, not ultimately, but the safety of you as well. Yeah? No. So just have some consideration, yeah? 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 All right, leave it at that. Yes, I am very pleased. I am very pleased that we've got it. To finally actually get hold of the vehicle and get hold of the driver, to be able to try and explain to him what effect he had on the driver of the car he tailgated and overtook. It was quite pleasing, really, because people don't realise, they don't think about it, because it doesn't affect them. But actually, to be told what he's done and what the effects of what he's done was, I think hit home. Say that you're off duty completely would be inaccurate, because it does become a way of life, being a police officer. I do take pride in my job and what I do when I'm at work. We're here to deal with all kinds of offences, not just the drugs offences that the unit deals with pretty much on a daily basis, but also to deal with people's poor driving. It needs to be dealt with. It needs to be dealt with robustly.
In this episode, the getaway driver who nearly ran over Sergeant Remy Hopkins,
Lost one tyre,
and drove on rims to escape from the road crime team in the Peak District, was convicted of dangerous driving and sentenced to 10 months imprisonment and disqualified from driving for 29 months. No action was taken against him or the passenger for any drug offences.
Crash, crash, crash.
Go on you, mate.
The young man, caught with suspected cocaine and a phone down his pants,
You got a phone down there as well?
has been released under investigation whilst the police await the results of tests on the drugs found on him. No action was taken against the passenger for any offences.
Mate, you're being silly. Just tell us what's in the car, because we're going to find it out.
The drugs found in the car of the young suspect arrested by Ant and the team has been sent away for analysis, and he has been released under investigation. The suspected dealer who triggered police cameras and tried to get away from Stuart and Alex has been summoned to court for failing to stop, dangerous driving and drug driving.
Yeah, contact me. Just run the police vehicle.
He's also still under investigation pending the results of analysis on the drugs found in his car. Although wanted for an assault at the time of his arrest, no action has been taken against him in relation to the alleged offence.
You know that vehicle that you tailgated? That was me.
And so far, no action has been taken against the driver reported by Nick Lovett for driving without due care and attention, failing to stop, and excess speed, as a summons has not yet been issued.
Sean Connery and Anthony Hopkins are just a couple of the all-time greats you'll recognise in the World War II classic A Bridge Too Far, tomorrow at 1:10. Battling an altogether different beast next, Jason Statham and Ruby Rose take on the Meg in a network premiere.